Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday of half term. Just turn that radio off. Can't have that interfering with my broadcast, as it were. So it's Tuesday of half term. It's well, it doesn't matter what day it is, does it really? But it's Tuesday of half term. And what we're doing, we're going out with the children. We're going to the Chiltern Open Air Museum because, well, the Chiltern Open Air Museum is a pretty unique place because, if Fox is quiet, I will tell you, because what they have there, it's a great big open area. And they have lots of buildings that were either disused or derelict or due to be pulled down, and they've got a lot of historical content in them. So what they've done is they've rescued them, they've taken them to the open air museum, reconstructed them, and you can go around and look at them. So it's like walking through different periods of history. It's absolutely fantastic. I love it, the kids love it, and there's lots and lots of stuff to do there. So we're on our way there. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, I have got a video from Friday, which is a ghost hunt that was carried out by myself and my team. And I say my team, the team that I'm a part of, which is Ghost Quest, and that will be, once I've edited it, that will be uploaded shortly. So sometime maybe this week, hopefully. It's quite a lot of footage to go through. Anyway, we're on our way to Chiltern Open Air Museum. We haven't got Lily with us today because well, you know what? She's had such a whirl of social events this weekend. She's been out and about everywhere, and we decided that she was a little bit tired, so we just give her a rest, let her have a bit of lazy at home and a sleep, and probably watch some telly if she so wants. So we're on our way to the Chiltern Open Air Museum. It's in Buckinghamshire. It is in Buckinghamshire, isn't it? It is in Buckinghamshire. Hazel's just given me the nod of the affirmative, and we'll see you when we get there. Speak to you soon. Oh, Hazel, Willow, looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Do you like the Chiltern Open Air Museum?
Yeah.
Excellent. And you know me, I love history, so anything with history, I'm there. Speak to you in a bit, guys. Oh yeah, forgot to say, I would love to do an investigation at this place that we're going to today, because these buildings, purely, I'm sure there must be some sort of energy or memory left inside them from days gone past, from days of yore, as it were. So we're going to go there, and we're going to see if any are haunted, maybe. Well, anyway, we're going to go there and enjoy them. Fox is crying, wants a cake. Speak to you soon. Fox is having some shoes put on. He's a little bit of a Tom Sawyer. He loves running around without shoes on, so we're just putting some on him now, so that he's fit for purpose in the museum. Give us a wave. Hazel, you run away. Give us a wave, Fox. Give us a wave, Hazel. Give us a wave, Willow. Well, 1 out of 3 is not bad. We'll go with that. There's Willow. We're going in. Rice is there. Those who wish to visit, and it is well worth a visit, believe me.
I'm putting it here,
Children. Oh. As you can see, it's very rural here, very countrified, amazingly and unbelievably pretty, and it's the perfect spot for situating these amazing historic buildings. Just wonderful, just a perfect day out. Even though it is drizzling, we can put up with that. Never mind about the drizzle. They've even got rescued a 1930s public convenience. Architecturally, it's really, really cool. Right, and what we have here, we have a rescued old cricket pavilion, which is now a Friends of the Museum office, little shop, and they sell lots of little bits in there. And this, I believe, dates from the 1920s. Look at these are Oxford Down sheep. They must be because it says it there on the sign in the shape of a sheep. Oh, they're pretty cute. Lots of sheep. I've got to stop counting them because I'm starting to fall asleep. Not really. So here we have a barn. It's pretty cool. Fox is still moaning. I don't know what's going on with him. He's not a happy bunny at the minute, but we'll change that. Seriously, look how beautiful this place is. Perfect for a walk around. Let's have a look at this barn.
Yeah, we did see some sheep, yeah. We are, yeah.
Oh, look at him down there.
Construction's phenomenal.
And if you get rich, you're good at football. I used to manage a football team.
Oh.
And how old are you? Who's your favourite footballer? Oh, yeah. You look at that. You're as good as him. I hope he does well.
So this barn is grade 2 listed, and it survived about 3 fires. Well, it has survived 3 fires. So it's of great historical content. It's just a superb place. When you look at the workmanship that's gone into this, I mean, you're looking at something that's way over 500 years old, and yet it's still standing today as well as it ever did. You know, from when it was first built. I mean, it really is a superb testament to the quality and the abilities of the craftsmen of the day. You know, I mean, this is. Can you see many houses that are being built today lasting that long? Because I certainly can't. Just superb. Might be haunted. You never know. Might be haunted. Right, guys, up there, you can. I don't know if you can just about make it out. There's some scribblings or scratchings in the wood there, and I believe that is the that says the date 1595. Don't quote me on that, but that's all I can find. This is the left-hand side of the barn as I'm looking at it as I've gone in. It says it's on the left-hand side, on the door, on the post, in the doorway, but that's all I can find. So, yeah, I don't know if you can see it. It's quite indistinctive even from here. Oh, this is really cool, guys. The RSPCB are here, or RSPB are here today, and the children are dissecting owl pellets.
I'm dissecting
Fantastic.
owl
Hazel's
pellets.
dissecting
I'm
an owl
dissecting
pellet.
owl pellets.
She's not letting the children anywhere near it, not because she feels that it's dirty or anything like that. It's just that she's like a big kid and she thinks it's brilliant and she can't wait. So these are what owl pellets look like, guys. For those that don't know.
Because that's fur.
And actually, they're not really called pellets; they're called casts.
The meat
And inside of those, you can find all remnants and pieces and bits of the animals that it's eaten, and from that you can work out the predominant prey base, or the predominant animals that these birds are living off of. So very, very interesting. Hazel's getting a little bit too carried away there. She's not letting Fox anywhere near it.
He's doing it.
She says he's doing it. I'm not seeing much evidence of that. But yeah, very, very interesting. Great educational aid for the children. And yeah, fantastic. It's great for us. Beautiful tree. Absolutely stunning. As are all of the trees around here. So I've decided to walk away from the owl pellets because, to be honest with you, Hazel's getting a little bit, I think she's got a problem with it. I think she's addicted to it. So I've had to walk away because, well, to be honest, I don't want to get involved with it. I don't want anything to do with it. I've dissected owl pellets for many, many hundreds of thousands of times over the years in my line of work that I used to do. And even though I still find it interesting and still quite exciting when you open an owl pellet, how sad am I? Still quite exciting when you open an owl pellet or a cast, as I say. Then I decided to walk away. Hang on, Hazel is now coming back. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are.
That was cool.
Hello, how are you? Are you good?
Right.
Was it good?
It was brilliant.
I was just saying that you've obviously got some sort of problem with owl pellets because you won't leave them alone. It's kind of like I don't know, it's an addiction to you, isn't it?
No, not at all.
Yeah, it's an addiction to you. But yeah, it was really good. It's really good and really educational. And we come here quite a lot. We do come here quite a lot, don't we?
Yes.
Well, we have been here quite a lot over the years because we should get membership because it's that good, it's that pretty, and it's something that you know, you can do it any time of the year and different seasons. Obviously, being in the countryside, different seasons means different views, and yeah, and that just adds to the excitement of it, adds to the enjoyment of it. So yeah, if you do get the opportunity, I would say come here. No, I would definitely say without a shadow of a doubt, come here, have a look, come inside, pay your money because the money goes towards the rescuing and the restoration of these buildings, which otherwise would be lost to us, and you know, historically and culturally that would be an absolute devastating thing to happen. So yeah, come along here, have a look at the place, enjoy it, look at how our forebears used to live, and you know, it harks back to a time long gone, but a time that should not be long forgotten, not at all. So come with us, we'll have a look at some more buildings. Look at this sign, guys. This will just give you some idea of the amazing work that this place does that's carried out here. So this is obviously, it's a terrapin cabin made from the 1950s. It's been rescued from demolition and it's going to be rebuilt at the museum. So it doesn't look much now because obviously it's just been transported here, but once these guys have, I'm guessing it's inside that just looks like a carrying case on the outside, but I'm guessing once that's unveiled and they've put it in its proper place, which may be here, and they've done a little bit of restoration work to it, that it's going to be another piece of our history that's rescued. Even though it's quite recent history, like all history, it's still important that we keep it. Walking around the orchard now. Well, sorry it's a bit shaky, the footage. I didn't bring my gimbal, like a nana. But there's part of the orchard there. Willow's running towards me, like a nutter, like a nana. And let's have a look when we get inside, shall we? So this is part of a little woodland that surrounds, I mean there's literally thousands of acres of woodland that surround this beautiful property. But this is just a little insight into how part of it looks. It's just gorgeous. Not that you don't know how woodland looks, but yeah, just beautiful.
No, it's my word! My word! It's right. Hey, that's right.
Fox has got a stick, it's all going to go wrong, I tell you.
My stick!
This is pretty cool, guys. Look, they've even set aside land here and plots for nature. I mean, this is like a little bit of a wetland that they've got going on here. Lots of different, I'm guessing, native and indigenous plants in there. And I'm sure that there's a ton of British wildlife in there living, certainly surviving off of it. So yeah, kudos to you, fantastic job, Chiltern Open Air Museum, well done. Fox has found a bull, it's been carved from a tree, he's happy. There you go. What is it? Is it a bull or an anvil?
Yeah, but that's not what this is.
Let's have a look. Hazel, is it a bull or an anvil? Could be either. Probably multi-purpose. We'll just go with that, shall we? Multi-purpose, perfect. Look here, guys. You've got what was, I believe, a smithy over there with the thatched cottage and the thatched roof with the cottage attached. And then they've got an open green here, which is lovely. Some stunning, beautiful trees. And then it whips around. There's a house behind that tree over there, which has been rescued. There's a old Victorian schoolroom there, which has been rescued. There are children playing on the grounds with, look, there's a child there with a tricycle, an old 1940s, 50s tricycle, which is just superb. There's a girl over there with a, looks like a 1930s bike, and there's some children there playing with the Victorian metal hoop and sticks. So yeah, it's a great day out. It's just fantastic. It gives the kids an insight into what their ancestors, their grandparents or great-great-grandparents would have actually had as toys. So it's obviously pre the computer age, and in my opinion Much healthier and much better. So let's have a look over here and see what we can see inside the smithy. Just down there, there's a Second World War missing hut and an old pre-war, or post-war I should say, prefab. Going inside now. There's a real strong smell of wood smoke in here from the open fire. There you go, look at this. Look at that. Bits of old heather and herbs hanging up. Look at this like wattle and daub. I mean guys, look at these wooden beams. They're just, look at that. Imagine the history that's gone on around these. Imagine all the memories and all the different family situations that are played out under this roof. Happiness, love, birth, death, joy, fear, sadness. And you can't tell me that these buildings don't get imbued with that, with those energies. Because certainly, well, I certainly believe that they do. And I believe that that goes a long way to explaining paranormal content. You can't live in somewhere like this for centuries, or people can't live in something like this for centuries, and not fail to leave an impression of themselves in the materials of the property. And this is why I love the paranormal and history, and this is why I believe they go hand in glove. Well, they do. It's not a case of I believe, it's a case of they do. So just superb. Let's go next door now and look at the smithy. So we'll look at the smithy in a minute, because this is the old part of the thatch cottage. So there you go. So let's have a look in here. This would have been the parlour. Look at that, an Arga stove, and we've got the seating area there, obviously, and we've got the area there. Do you know what? I could quite happily live today in something like this. I don't use TV. Okay, I do use amenities, modern amenities like electricity and gas and stuff like that. But I'd be quite happy to just have a radio and live in something like this and just have some books to read. It's bliss, just bliss. We're going to walk into the church. I mean, look at this, just look at this place, fantastic. We're going to walk inside here. It's a tin church. See if we can find out a little bit of its history. Just superb. It looks like one of those little old chapels you can find in Wales in the hills. So let's have a look. Oh, there's a little cart there for carrying coffins to their burials and to the church. Piano there, and the altar there, and the seats of the worshippers just here. Let's have a little look around. So you go over here, just wonderful. And obviously the altar, a little piano there. I'm guessing some pews for the reverends. So the church, or the chapel that I'm in now, guys, is it was built in 1886. It's the Henton Mission Room. There you go. And it's probably one of the first metal or tin churches that were constructed. So it's an interesting little building. Beautiful little building. Yep, so it originated in Oxfordshire. Very, very cool building. So Hazel's got the children, Fox and Willow, on the 1950s trike. They look like they're having a lot of fun and enjoying it. See, not only can you look at history and just soak it in here, but you can also delve into it to the point where you can use artifacts from different time periods, so you get a feel of what it was like as well.
Reservated to be used rather than for show.
Now they're arguing over who's going to go on it first. Fox insists he wants to go on it. Willow's not going to let him. She's on it. I remember this argument with my brothers when I was growing up.
I think he just wants to ring the bell.
It never
Yeah,
plays
well,
out
you're
well,
running
to be
your
honest.
speech over.
But it's a
push it on
1960s
the
bike, and I vaguely remember having something like this as a kid. Yes, I'm that old that stuff that I played with is now part of a museum. Says a lot about me. So here we have what is called, or what is known as, a Nissan hut. These were used by the military. I think that some of them still are. They were certainly used in the Second World War and just after, and prior to it. So let's go and have a look and see what's inside it. So it says that this actual Nissan hut was constructed during the Great War. It was a educational, it was a schoolroom for teaching aids for children at that time. Obviously, a lot of the buildings were probably bombed, even during the First World War. We suffered numerous air attacks and air raids from the foe, as it were. But yeah, so this dates back quite a way, and it was at one point a school by the look of it. Let's just go inside. They've got it, even though it was a school, they've got it done out like it was like it's military. So you've got aerial photographs there, I'm guessing for bombardments. Over here you've got some pilots of the day, and it's like an operations room. That's what it is. They've got it kitted out like an operations room, but it's very interesting. And this is Sewell Nissan hut. They don't really know where the original location of it was, but who cares? Even though that would have been a fantastic piece of history and knowledge, it's just superb that we've still got it. So there you go, the Nissan hut. Recruitment posters from World War One. Love those. Across the way from the Nissan hut, what we have here is we have a prefab, or a prefabricated house. And I showed you photos of these earlier. I showed you footage of them earlier. And these were built during and after the Second World War, because obviously once again, from aerial bombardment, from the Blitz and all sorts of bombing campaigns like that, there was a shortage of housing. So these were built in place of the houses that were bombed. They were meant to be temporary housing for people, but the families enjoyed them so much that they built up communities of them, and they used them right up until, I think there's actually still a community of prefabricated houses somewhere in London that are being lived in and loved today. On the path.
But it's old, isn't it? It's really old.
Here we have the dining area, or the lounge. You see. And then over here, I believe it's the bedroom. It is the bedroom. It's all kitted out 1940s style. The cot there, dresser over there, tall boy there. Fantastic. So over here,
baby? Yeah, not that
I
old.
have the toilet. And here, the bathroom. So it's perfect. It's all you would need. Really, everything you need. And to this point, we have
Show me the queen. Lucky. Show me. How do you do it? Show me.
Guys, we have a very old schoolhouse. I believe it to be Victorian. Let's go inside and have a look. There's going to be a lot of people in there, so I'm guessing a lot of noise. It's started to rain out here, so everybody's making for shelter, and that being one of the only shelters, or one of the shelters in this area. Schoolroom, guys.
No, it's not. It's part of the mix.
Oh, right. Sure, that was going to be quite dangerous to walk first.
Yeah, because the mix has got a little bit of stuff in that seems like just to help it along. All that is cat. What's your name? Willow. Oh my goodness. No, she hasn't got a cat. What's your name?
I bet there's some particularly vicious times when you've gone to school. Good Queen Vic up there, next to the clock. So there's another barn that they've rescued, and that's a cool one because that has got a tea and coffee room attached. Guess where I'm going? Very noisy in here, guys. Shan't be here for very long. Just have a quick scoot. Lots of different things going on for the children today. Lots of arts and crafts, which is really, really good. Willow just made a wild flower bomb, which I kind of guess speaks for itself. So I was just listening to an older gentleman there, and he was regaling people with stories of his youth. I guess he must be probably in his mid to late 80s, somewhere around there. I'm not really that great at estimating someone's age, but he certainly looked to be a very of the older generation. And he was talking about this area, and he was saying that when he was at school, by the way, I was earwigging. He wasn't actually talking to me, he was talking to some other people. But he was saying that when he was at the school, he was used to play with the hoops that the children here are playing with, but they were wooden, and they weren't metal at all. They were wooden ones that they used to just chase around the fields, and they chase around the roads where they lived and out in the countryside. And he was also saying that he had friends when he was a child, and this area here, apparently, I never knew it, I never realised that it was renowned for cherry picking. And some of his friends were young children at the time, and they were cherry pickers, and they used to have ladders that reached up to 60, 70 feet, and they were wide at the bottom, and then as they went up they gradually got narrower and narrower, and the children used to use these to climb up to pick cherries and apples from the trees. So I found that quite interesting. Obviously no health and safety in those days, but it's amazing because, you know, you're not only are you in a museum looking at artifacts and buildings from a bygone era, but you're also sitting there listening to a man that remembers some of that history, that is a part of that history. The man's obviously and clearly a walking piece of history, which is just superb. And I could listen to people like that all day long, without fail, without doubt. I find it interesting and intriguing and just wonderful. So yeah, hopefully I'm going to earwig some more stories as I walk around. But imagine that, 60, 70 feet up in the air on a ladder. Higher winds maybe? Well, certainly it's going to be wind up that high, and being buffeted around whilst picking cherries and apples. Unbelievable. But, you know, different generation, different times. And it seems to be that from what he was saying, that childhood seemed better when he was a child than it seems to be today. And I can't disagree with that. Even from the short period between my childhood and now, and the childhood of my children, even though they've got a nice childhood, it pales really compared to mine, I think. But you know, that's because I spent most of my time out in open fields and places like this, which I try and get my children to do. I encourage them to do that, and they do enjoy that. So let's go for another little walk around, guys, see what we can see. Right, guys, we are now back in the car. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do the full circuit of the open air museum because the heavens opened, it poured down, and rain stopped play. So we're now back in the car. I'm drenched, I'm cold, I'm absolutely soaked from head to foot. It's a bit my fault really for not bringing any winter clothes. I should bring winter clothes even in the summer in England. I should know that by now. So yeah, we're in the car now. We're on our way home, and that's it. It's yeah. So I'll speak to you next time, guys. Until then, look out for each other, look after each other, and be kind to one another. Speak to you soon. Bye now, guys. Bye.